We'll now begin our budget hearing with Metro Action Commission and Dr. Kroom and staff. I'll go ahead and turn it over to you, and thank you for being here. The floor is yours.
Thank you. It's good to be here. Let me introduce to my right our board chair, Dr. Lavinia Steele, and to our left, to my left, our chief financial officer, Mr. Robert Wright. Also joining us are a number of our board members that are here tonight, as well as our leadership team members. I'd like to begin by just making a brief statement. First of all, I'd like to make sure I mention that I'm absolutely proud of the great work of the staff of the Metropolitan Action Commission and the work that we do on behalf of the cities less fortunate. I would also like to thank this council and the mayor for recognizing that last year by making sure that that team received not only the percent across the board increase, but you also made sure that they received the step increases that were available. The only other thing I want to say before I take your questions is just to remind you of something I know you already know, but because I know there are other people who watch this other than just you sitting here, is that while this is the IT city and it's doing great for a lot of people, that there are lots of people in this city that are not doing well. There are people who are struggling with housing. There are children who are struggling with having access to food. I want to make sure that we're mindful together of how important it is for the city's support that we've had in the past and that we continue to have to maintain for those who are less fortunate. As you know, we serve children through the Head Start program and the Early Head Start program, so children as young as 6 weeks through age 5 with our Head Start program. We provide summer food meals to children who are out of school at 109 locations in Davidson County, in addition to providing rent mortgage assistance as well as workforce for the parents of Head Start children. We're happy to be here with you today. We look forward to your questions and for your continued support for the cities less fortunate. Thank you.
Councilman Poli.
Thank you so much for all you do. I just have a couple of brief questions for you. I guess the big number there in repairs, maintenance services went up almost, 750%. So I was a little curious as to what caused that.
We were anticipating that question. When we contacted our budget analyst to find out why is the number there, what we were told is that they're actually using that spot as a placeholder. That is not the correct position for that number. So it is an error in the budget book and will be corrected, we're told, as a part of the overall budget being corrected. But that number is not correct.
Okay, so what's that money represent?
It's transfers it should be in the transfers to other funds and units down below.
Okay.
Where it's $1,239,000, it would be in that category, minus out the real repairs and maintenance cost of $300,000 to $400,000.
And let's see here.
You can see in the previous years it was higher.
And
yeah,
that, how would it so the entire 2.7 million would be in that category?
Yes, sir. The money would be coming into the administration account, and then we would pass that through to Head Start program as matching funds.
Okay, so that's just basically money that's passing through you then.
Yes, and then that will be corrected in the final budget in October or September.
Okay, all right, that's good. Just curious about the increase in the professional and purchase services, and I was wondering what companies provided those services. That's about 3.3%.
Yes, the professional services are made up of both purchased services. A lot of that, we have a McNeely contract that's about $600,000 for that. Then we have other management consultant services, medical services, where we contract out for that. And then the purchase services are temporary services, educational services, pre-employment checks, but a majority of that is care of persons. Purchase services where we pay for their electrical, heat and taking care of our people in the community.
Okay, and why did we lose $603,000 in federal revenue?
So it's not actually a loss in federal revenue. What the budget departments ask is that when we get our carry forward money, that not be placed in the budget the way it has been done in previous years. So those dollars are actually not showing. And then when we receive the carry forward money, then we will come before council and ask for that appropriation.
Okay, good. Well, that does it for me. Thank you.
Councilman Cooper.
Thank you, Madam Chairman. I may not have followed the answers to Councilman Poli's question exactly, because it's the same item, repairs and maintenance in the operating budget of over $2.5 million, but in the mayor's capital spending plan, there's also $2.5 million. That is a separate $2.5 million?
Yes, sir, it is.
Okay. Would you talk to us about that and
The capital?
the capital?
Absolutely.
Thank you.
We had there was a facility study done of all of the Metro Action Commission buildings. 3 of those buildings were recommended for rebuild because of the condition that they're in. And these are the buildings where the Head Start children, some of our Head Start children are located. In the interim, what was also included in that facilities plan was that until those buildings can be replaced, that there were some pretty major maintenance-related things that needed to be done. And so that's what the $2.5 million represents, health and safety areas that really need to be addressed, that we could not wait for buildings to be rebuilt to address those particular concerns.
How many buildings are part of this $2.5 million capital repair?
All 7 of
All
the
7.
Head Start buildings are a part of that $2.5 million.
Okay, thank you.
Councilwoman Allen.
Thank you. Similar to question to what I asked social services. I keep hearing that the community development block grants are on the chopping block. Will that affect y'all if they don't come through, or do we need to start writing our senators?
Well, it's in the president's budget to be completely eliminated, the community services block grant as well as the energy assistance program. Working with our national partners, we are pretty comfortable that that is dead on arrival, and we are not anticipating that. At this point, what they're telling us is that based on Congress, we can anticipate some flat funding, but I can assure you we're watching it constantly so that we can keep abreast of what is going on. We do not expect that Congress is actually going to completely zero out either of those programs at this time.
Councilman Pardee.
Thank you. You was exactly right when you started by saying that some of us are doing really well compared to most people. I just wanted to say I have one apartment complex in my district that pretty much the majority struggle. Y'all have been really good to those folks, and as their representative, I just want to say thank you.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilwoman Van Rees.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the opportunity to speak since I'm not on the committee. But
You are not.
I am not. I wanted just to speak on behalf of myself and Councilmember Mary Carolyn Roberts, who serve at our pleasure and at the pleasure of this council on the board of the Metro Action Commission. We take our position there very seriously and have done our due diligence on a monthly basis in regard to the fiscal responsibility of this organization, and we couldn't be more proud. So I just wanted to say that on behalf of ourselves as representatives of the council about what you do every day. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman. Councilwoman Murphy.
Thank you. Like Councilman Pardee said, I appreciate when y'all send us the letters letting us know how money is being spent in our district. I think it's important that we see that impact. I think you send it quarterly. I think I got it today or yesterday, so I appreciate that. Follow up on what Councilman Poli asked about the professional and purchase services, is it are y'all able to send us a better breakdown of an idea of what we're spending on contracts there?
Absolutely.
For example, you said like 600,000, I believe, to McNeely.
Oh, let me explain that. So for our early Head Start, we don't provide actual services to early Head Start for the younger children, the children who are 6 weeks and up. So McNeely is our partner. So they have 72 of the early Head Start spaces. And so that's why the contract is the way it is, because they're providing the early Head Start spaces. We only provide early Head Start in, I think, about 4 of our own classrooms. The rest of them are provided in the McNeely Center in their various buildings. So what you're seeing is the contract dollars between Head Start and McNeely for those services.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, since that is such a large number, it'd be great, I think, for us to see more of a breakdown of where that's going. So we'd appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Seeing no other questions in the queue, that concludes our budget hearing for Metro Action Commission. Thank you, Dr. Croom and staff.
Thank you.
We will begin with emergency management. You can go ahead and start making your way up to the front. We are currently running on schedule, and I would like to take this point of privilege to say to my colleagues, this isn't just budget and finance hearings. These are our hearings as a council body, so you don't have to come, you don't have to necessarily be part of the committee just to sit in on the hearings and ask questions to the respective departments. You come on up.